Yeah, g'day everybody, it's Roberto here from Furnieri Wood-Fired Ovens. Thought I'd do another video. Once again I'm going to be using a new device called the Roto Q360 that I purchased, and I've modified it a touch. I just dropped the height of it so I could fit it inside my Vesuvio 800 pizza oven. It's a gas and wood-fired hybrid pizza oven. Perfect for doing these sorts of dishes. So today, what I'm cooking today, and I've prepared everything offline, is some skewers. So I've done up some skewers. I've done some ribeye steak, some pork ribs, and some chicken thighs, so they're nice and tender. Diced everything up, marinated with whatever you like. You can just use whatever you want. Put some capsicum and onion in between, and just marinated with some salt, pepper, a bit of olive oil, smoked paprika, and a little bit of oregano. So they are all skewered up and ready to go. And just one tip, if you do purchase this sort of thing and you buy the skewer set, just a tip that I worked out, wasn't too easy to work out, is you're going to have these two discs. And when you put them on, when you put the discs on your rod, you put them on so that the holes on this one are offset to the holes on this one. So you can have a hole here and a hole there. If I was to take this off and turn it, then the holes would line up. We don't want them to line up because the skewer set won't work. So take it off, turn it around, one revolution, put it back in, and make sure that the holes are offset. So when we go to put our skewers on, you'll see what I mean. In fact, I'll put the skewers on now and show you exactly what I mean. So, grab a skewer, we put it inside the hole on one end, and then we would here crimp it, just push it together, squeeze it together, and it locks in. Adjust the length, like so. Tighten up your screws. So what we have is the rod through on this end, and on this end, I've crimped that, just squeeze it together, and it fits between those. We don't use the holes on this side, we just crimp it, and it should go on nicely. So if you see the skewer here, we crimp here, push down here, and this piece locks in, and the hole on the other end. It works. And they're locked in like that. Okay, so I'll continue to do that. I'm going to get this all skewered up and then insert it into this Roto Q360. I've prepared a little tray with some potatoes, with some olive oil and oregano, and the leftover capsicum and onion. I've just thrown that in the bottom. So any fats from the meat we're going to be cooking in this oven are going to be dripping onto this, and these are going to be delicious, absolutely delicious. So I'll put this skewer set together and then I'll show you what all set up. Meanwhile, I just want to talk to you about how I've prepared the oven. Okay, so today I'll be cooking in this Napoli Vesuvio 800 hybrid oven, gas-fired and wood-fired. Fantastic, versatile oven, and you can do incredible things in an oven like this because you can start things off on wood, finish them off on gas, and the gas being so responsive, you can turn it down to 100, back up to 500. Very quick, like you can a gas stove. Very good, very versatile, fantastic oven to use. You can have a lot of fun in an oven like this. So for the skewer cooking in this, what I want to do is I want to preheat my oven to about 200 degrees Celsius. And I don't do that so much on the gauge, although it's a reasonable indication of the atmospheric temperature inside this oven. I like to check the floor because the floor in this oven retains its heat extremely well for quite a long period of time. So I don't want to have my floor at 400 Celsius, for example, if I was cooking a pizza. Take the door off, the air temperature might cool down to 200, but that bore, once I put the door on, because the floor's at 400, it's going to increase the heat of the oven. So I want to get 200 on my floor temperature. So always good to have an infrared gun. Take your door off, turn that down, that's at 203 degrees Celsius. The burner is on low, and that's perfect for what I want to do. So I want to cook these skewers. I'm going to set the skewer set up. I'm going to put it in with the Roto 360, show you how that's going to work. And I want to leave it in there, cook it slow because I want that meat to get well cooked. And I'm going to leave it in there for maybe 20 or 30 odd minutes. And then if I find I don't have enough crunch on the outside, for example, I'm going to turn this flame up to high and give it a burst of heat and get a nice crust on the outside of these skewers. But they'll probably be just fine after 20 or 30 minutes. Again, that's the beauty of this oven. You can turn the gas up, you can turn it down. You can do lots and lots and lots of things. So let's set this Roto Q360 up and let's get it inside the oven and let's cook these skewers. Okay, so I've put all my meat together. My skewers are on. With the Roto 360 you get this knob. So if you turn this on the direction of the arrow, they say if you turn it around about 40 turns, it's going to give you an hour of rotisserie time. We shouldn't need a whole hour, but I've turned it around. Turn it around before you put the skewers on, so you're not turning the whole skewer. You can just wind it up, and there's a lever here. You pull it, the thing starts to turn, you can hear it. Push it, it stops turning. If you want to carve or take something off. But yeah, give it a wind, and then it's got some nice carry handles. Our tray of meat is underneath with the potatoes. It looks really nice, so let's put it in the oven. So I'm sliding that in. Beautiful. Take the knob off. We don't want this knob on there because it'll get hot. Pull the lever. I don't want it too close to the flame, so I've got it over this side a bit. Should that run out of time and you need to rewind it, you get this little Allen key type thing, and you would use this to wind it up, so because the knob will get quite hot. So that's in. You can probably hear that going. That's rotating. I can leave the door on. I can take it off. It doesn't really matter. But I will put the door on for now because I want that cook. The heat in the oven to cook that meat right through, and then if I want to give it a bit of a crunch, I might take the door off and put that on the flamer up on high and get some nice crusting on that meat. But that's basically it. Very, very simple job, very simple meal to cook in your pizza oven. Let's come back in about 20 minutes and have a look and see how it's going. I'm back and it has been 30 minutes. I'm going to check this oven temperature. The smell is amazing. You can really smell that oregano and stuff cooking. So my floor is still at 208. Started off at 203. So, and the gauge is at about 170. So this oven on low has not budged, has maintained its temperature. Incredible, fantastic. Let's pull the meat out. Use a glove because it's going to be hot. Turn that off. Looks fantastic. I'll give you a close-up look at that meat. It looks fantastic. Here's a close-up of the meat. Looks absolutely delicious and amazing. Got some Helga wraps in the supermarket. I'm just going to throw a couple of these in on the floor, warm them up. And have some dinner. So they're on that stone base. You can't do this in a traditional oven. You can't do this on a barbecue. You can only do this in a pizza oven. And a pizza oven that's good size. Plenty of room to work in here, plenty of room to move around. That's why it's so versatile and so good to use. So we're just going to quickly warm these wraps up, take the skewers off, put some gloves on when you take your skewers off, go inside, we're going to serve this up and eat it and see how it tastes, see if it's cooked right through. This is going to be very hot, so best way I think to get these skewers off is just pinch them on the same spot where you pinch them in with a pair of long nose pliers. Give them a pinch, pull them out, put them in your plate. Nice and easy. Pinch them, pull them up, put them in your plate. There they are. Get them off with some pointy nose pliers. They just pinch straight off. Let's go make a shish kebab wrap. And let's see if the meat's cooked through. There you are. You can see they're cooked right through. If you want it rare, that was 30 minutes. You can go a bit longer, a bit shorter. Up to you. I like my meat well cooked, but yeah, that was 30 minutes. Here's the rest of our thing. I'm going to make a wrap. Alright, so I've got my wrap here. A little bit of lettuce, some tomato. Let me get my skewer. Put that in there. There it is. Bon appetit. Get away, Wash. Got to be happy with that. If you're ever considering a wood-fired pizza oven or a gas-fired pizza oven, Napoli, hybrid ovens, stainless steel ovens, sit on any bench, highly recommend them. You can have a lot of fun, cook a lot of different things. Just an FYI, I had those skewers, absolutely delicious, very well cooked. If you'd like them a bit raw, I left them in for 30 minutes on low at 200 Celsius. You could probably get away with 20 to 25 minutes if you like it a bit more underdone. But the potatoes were not cooked, they were still raw. So I have put them back in the oven. I just took the tray from under the meat and I've put these back in the oven, and I've left them for maybe another 20 odd minutes on low, and now I've turned the gas up to high to give them a bit of a crunch, a bit of a crust, a char, whatever you want to call it. And they're just about ready. They won't be much longer. Again, just the versatility of this oven, that you can just throw it back in, cook it on low. I can turn it up on high, give it a char, do whatever you like for whatever it takes. I've cut these potatoes quite thick. Maybe next time cut them a little bit thinner. So yeah, just another little tip. If you're happy with the video, subscribe and leave a thumbs up. Thanks. Enjoy. Ciao for now. Roberto from Finieri Wood Fired Ovens in Melbourne, Australia. All the best. See you next time. Thank you. Bye. Close up of the meat.